Hi, and welcome to Cujo Sound. This is the third and probably last video about CS2 that I will make. The current release that gave almost all players access to CS2 had some really big changes going on. Lots of new maps, or at least new versions of them, and many tweaks to audio, which is what we'll be discussing here. Quick disclaimer, this is not a review of the game, and I'm not here to bash or mock the developers. This is strictly an audio discussion based on my professional opinion about why it is the way it is, how it is made, and could it be different if it's done in another way. Let's take Nuke for a spin here, shall we?
Bomb has been planted.
The death sound is still rather arcadey. Lots of new sounds in the game such as death cam, headshots, and other things have changed. I don't mind, and I think it makes the game a little more complete like an actual game, though a lot of players from the communities that I play the game with aren't too fond of it. I still notice in the menu that it isn't possible to adjust the type of audio output I have. Perhaps it detects it so manually. I've definitely noticed that it is easier to hear front and back in the soundscape, probably because of the HRTF audio algorithms of the Source 2 engine doing a much better job at binaurally filtering the audio than in regular CSGO, where I would only be able to hear the corresponding speaker, like back, forth, left, and right, but you wouldn't really have filtering. And you would have to have a quad or 5.1 setup, or like I do, a 7.1 binaural emulating external cards, such as the Sennheiser GSX 1000 and some headphones that can handle it. The minimap still has this cool feature that shows you where your avatar emitter is audible from. It's a bit strange to look at the minimap this much, of course, but it does actually provide you with good information about whether or not you are currently audible to an enemy. They've there marked on the minimap. Occlusion in this version of CS2 is not as harsh as in the previous video about Mirage I made, where occlusion and filtering would come in too fast and be too harsh on the filter, making everything sound like it was just thrown through the audio spectrum with a constant processing of a low-pass filter. Reverb indoors have much more feel than it does in the first video I made about CS2, but also has interesting early reflections. Check out this CS2 and CSGO comparison. Here on Nuke, just running back and forth. This is CSGO. This is CS2. This is CSGO. Here, under Heaven, by the ladder, we can clearly hear the difference in a reverb here in CSGO. And here in CS2. I've taken the recording of these two sessions of the game, and we can take a look at the waveform here of a single step in the same room. The asset is pretty much identical, but notice here that the CS2 waveform, there's a much longer decay of reverberation and a very clear early reflection, or just first reflection being present, to give you a more better sense of space and also that you are close to walls. I noticed that the player now makes an effort sound when throwing a grenade far, or at least in the jump throw. I'm unsure if that actually also happened in the previous versions of CS2.
Decoys out. Smoke. Throwing fire.
This guy just heard me run. Luckily, I can shoot back. Thank you for watching this video about CS2 and how Nuke sounds different in the latest update from the original CSGO, and how big of an update this actually is to CS2 compared to the everything about previous CSGO. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you like the topic and want to know more, consider subscribing to the channel. Even better, if you want to support the channel, you can do so over at patreon.com/Cujo Sound, where you for as little as $1 a month can help me sustain this channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again in another video. This is Bjørn Jacobsen saying goodbye.